Yeah, they connected from outside all game, and the defense had absolutely no answer for it.
It's always a good thing when the defense is scrambling. Whenever there was open space on the perimeter, their shooters were able to locate it.
Well, Doris, neither of these teams playing well as of late. What's the mindset tonight?
I think both teams come in thinking this is a very winnable game, and let's get ourselves on track by making sure we set the tone early. Listen, winning can be a habit, so can losing. One of these teams has got to get off the schneid.
Now here's Edwards. Six on the shot clock. Drummond with the screen. Oh, wow!
How about Anthony Edwards, the bounce? Go ahead, Ant.
Antetokounmpo outside. Pass to Green. Lillard outside. A deep three. Mavericks with the rebound. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Earlier, I spoke with Jason Kidd. We briefly discussed what he wanted his team to do against Damian Lillard, and he said to not let him get going from deep. Once his three ball is falling, everything else becomes easier for him, so we have to talk out there on the perimeter. So expect to see a lot of defensive activity near the three-point line tonight. Guys?
And Allie, thanks. Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
Here's Bane. After the Nuggets picked up a basket just a moment ago. Antetokounmpo with the block.
Giannis puts his touch on every aspect of the game. Big reach on display that time.
Pass to Kuminga. The kick out to Conley. Now here's Edwards. The three is up. Oh, nice D from Nesmith. Shot on the wing. Drummond grabs the miss.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Edwards with it. You know, his stats have been solid, averaging around 18.5 points a game.
Boy, one thing you can say about Andre Drummond, he is so steady. Statistically, it's the same story every year.
At the line for Dallas.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And so Drummond nails them both. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Outside, Green. Pass to Siakam. And again, it's Denver missing. Dallas leading by 3. And here's Conley. Outside Edwards. Clock at 6. To the middle. Drummond inside. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, that's just an excellent possession from this team. When you set up Andre Drummond down low, you're going to either take contact, get to the foul line, score it. So productive inside.
Grant, the Denver Nuggets have been on quite the run here in this window of time.
Yeah, B.A. It's all working for Denver in recent years. This is a well-constructed team that they play as a unit, and it makes it so difficult to try to get the best of them.
Now here's Kuminga. Still without a bucket. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And here's Edwards outside. Giannis with the rebound.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
And it's Green missing.
Uh-oh. Did he change his mind on the way up? I think he did.
Dallas shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
Boy, Mike Conley has always been such a steadying influence, a respected leader. Doesn't matter what team he's on.
Now here's Conley.
2 minutes remaining.
Inside.
2 minutes.
The kick out to Edwards. The three from Bain. Rebounded by Denver.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
One of the only ways to slow down Antetokounmpo is to get physical with him. But you know what? That may not work. He is so good at absorbing contact in the paint.
And no good on the second. Free throw, so 0 for 2 there. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. Dallas shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. And that one misses. And there's 1:45 left in the first quarter. Outside Kuminga. Conley looking for an opening. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Green. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And man, does Giannis work hard on the glass. Being rewarded for his efforts right there.
Pass to Bain. Drummond, high post. Second chance shot. Siakam pulls down the board.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Antetokounmpo, left side. Back to Green. From downtown. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Outside Conley. "24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Drummond. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Misses the layup. With 1 on the clock. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Mavericks ahead. They lead by 3. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Mavericks?
Attacking relentlessly, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the stripe.
They have done a tremendous job of drawing contact and putting officials in a place where they simply have to make the call.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Damian Lillard last season becoming the 51st NBA player ever to cross the 20,000-point threshold and the 17th fastest to ever do it. He said it's a great accomplishment and a rare space to be in. I'm like, man, I might be able to get 27 or 28,000 if I can stay healthy. Ryan, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, me either. Thanks, Allie. Here's Edwards. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Team foul.
Doris, one of the most physical guards in the NBA, Anthony Edwards.
If you want to talk about a prototypical NBA body, it's Anthony Edwards. He's got size, strength, athleticism, but beyond that, he's so skilled. 3-level scorer, versatile on the defensive end, fearless when it matters. Anthony Edwards may be the next face of the league. An emphatic finish by Mr. Siakam. Yes, sir.
Pass to Edwards. Outside, Williams. Back to Edwards. Shot clock at 6. Rejected by Siakam.
Well, there you see the wingspan of Pascal Siakam. Send it back.
Lillard can't get it to go.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Now here's Edwards. Antetokounmpo with the block. Fast break. Here come the Nuggets. There's Nesmith with the 3. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Yeah, I love the energy and aggressiveness I've seen from them on defense. They're really getting after it with all these blocks.
I think the other thing they're doing is they're wearing out the opponent in transition, exploding up the floor for easy chances.
And so it's Green who brings up the ball for Denver. They've only given up 1 point in the second quarter. That one coming at the line. For 3, here's Lillard. And again, Denver with a 3.
And this is exactly why you got to be up on Lillard, or he'll burn you off the catch.
To the inside. Pass to Pippen. Back to Edwards. Can they get it? Edwards making it look so easy from deep.
What a response from Anthony Edwards. If you make a 3, he wants to come right back at you.
Outside, Green. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in. And the Nuggets lead by 4. Here's Pippen. No points so far. To the paint. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Siakam for 3. And the 3-pointer goes.
For 3.
And now a 7-point Denver lead. Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue. But in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates, and it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
Here's Pippen. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Pippen's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, we see a lot of emphasis on 3-point shooting nowadays, but you'll take that look right there any night of the week.
Outside Nesmith. 3-pointer. Mavericks with a rebound.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Down low. Here's Horford. Outside Edwards. 1:56 left to play in the second quarter. To the middle. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
That is an absolute dime from the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. Every year gets better as a playmaker.
And stolen by Edwards. A minute and a half left in the second quarter. Pass to Pippen. 6 to shoot. Horford outside. To the inside. Here's Williams. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Antetokounmpo. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Second
Well,
personal
Grant, there are few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade.
And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Making a switch here. 1:10 left to play in the first half. Now here's Conley. Outside Kuminga. Six on the shot clock. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Lillard. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It goes on Mike Conley. And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
It's amazing to come to the arena every night just to see what Lillard's going to do.
Outside Bane. There's 31 seconds left in the second. And stolen by Antetokounmpo for the finish. And the dunk by Lillard.
Yeah, the length of Giannis is tough to deal with. He uses it to perfection to come up with steals.
Right side Conley. Inside. Here's Kuminga. Outside Monk. Right side Bane. To end the run. That one is off. And so it's the Denver Nuggets closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. Looking to run whenever they can. That's part of why they lead. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Now a timeout called by Denver.
Adjustments are a part of every game and every quarter of a game. I think Coach sees something here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute toward that.
Mavericks trail by 11. Now Conley. To the paint. Here's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
And a solid pick to free him up for the dunk.
Boy, the timing there couldn't be any better.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Sends it home from three-point land.
Yeah, and Green has tons of confidence in his three-point shot, and it was on display right there as he knocked it down.
Drummond with the ball. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. And it's Monk missing.
And he's easily led the way on the boards tonight.
He's competed for every missed shot. Feels like he's quicker to the basketball than anyone else out there.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
To the inside. Kuminga throws it down.
Can you say natural leader? Conley is especially effective at running the offense and involving his teammates through his passing.
And here's Green from the arc. Mavericks trail by 12. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's his first trip to the line.
At the line for 2.
And the first one at the line is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
And here is Antetokounmpo. Big-time offensive force he's been. He's averaging just over 31 a game. Pulls it. Drummond grabs the miss. And they'd love to cut this deficit down to single digits. Here's Conley to the middle. Here's Kuminga. Great D that time from Antetokounmpo.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Great idea by Lillard, using that experience to run the offense.
Outside Monk. Here's Drummond. And Drummond with the jam.
A savage reverse jam. That takes great body control.
No question. He was making a statement right there, man. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
PBA, the Denver Nuggets are building for the long haul. Their philosophy has been to draft polished prospects and then develop them into contributors. They look for 4 qualities: basketball IQ, character, positional size, and absence of skill deficiencies. Ryan, the track record has been strong.
It really has. Thanks, Allie. This will make 4 trips to the line so far in this game. The free throw drops for Conley. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Outside Monk. Inside. Oh, it's stolen by Siakam. On the break. Oh, they get a hand on it. Stolen by Conley. Back to Kuminga. Just 5 on the clock.
Timeout.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Trying anything now to get them out of this slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
A different look for Dallas. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his third foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. And here's Siakam for three. Williams grabs the board. Edwards with it. Siakam covering. Pass to Horford. And Giannis Antetokounmpo picks up that foul. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
That's a tough walk back to the showers. I'm pretty sure he'd like to have a couple of those plays back.
Now here's Edwards. 6 points for him. Clock at 6. Adams grabs the miss. The Nuggets lead by 7. And there's the call on Jalen Green. That's his third foul of the game.
He completely lost focus since the break, turning the ball over multiple times, and that's after no turnovers in the first half.
We've got 1:55 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. And stolen by Green. Fast break. Here come the Nuggets. Yep, that one's good. Neesmith's got 7 points. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
And Josh Green going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Down low. Adams. From deep.
They're going to the three-point shot to try to open up their lead, but they're not having quite the same success they were in the first half.
Pass to Green. Three-pointer. Pascal Siakam with the rebound. The Nuggets lead by 9. To the inside. Adams, shot's good. Adams has got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, Steven Adams was a bit raw when he entered the league, but you can see right there how sound he has become as a finisher on the interior. I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Come on, man. Did you see? I mean, just using his strong frame to absorb the contact and still able to finish? Wow.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Rebounded by Green.
Oh, an easy look, but he decides to be a crowd pleaser. I'm sure he's upset for attempting that one.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. Now a timeout called by Denver. Free throw good. Lillard. Mavericks trail by 16. Here's Pippen. Pass to Horford. They need this.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Now here's Rozier. And there's the whistle. That'll go on Terry Rozier. That's his first foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Here's Williams. And so it's Denver, now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. We hear teams talk about wanting to get
42. This is it.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. The Nuggets want a timeout.
Yeah, coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
And the guys get a little bit of a break, mentally, physically, just recharge here quickly.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Denver's head coach was saying to the team. Coach had a direct message for the team saying no matter the lead, no NBA game is ever over. Do not let your guard down. We'll see if they hold on.
Great work, Allie. Thanks.
Foul, Siakam. Second personal foul. First team foul.
First one falls for him.
And they've done well from the free throw line this half. No misses yet.
Taking 2 shots.
That one's no good. The Nuggets lead by 11. And a missed layup. Uh-oh, Kuminga on the take. And it's good. 2 points.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Pass to Green. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Now Conley. Inside. Oh, it's stolen by Siakam. Here's Green with the drive.
Green.
On the run, Green.
And fighting his way through. Green not afraid in there with the big boys.
Conley with the ball. Green picks him up. Pass to Drummond. And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Edwards. There's the triple with the clock winding down. And the jam by Drummond.
Well, few players as consistently good on the offensive glass as Andre Drummond. A lot of those rebounds turn into points.
Now Green. Here's the 3. It's good on the putback.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Pass to Edwards. Here's Kuminga. Lets the 3 fly. Oh, Anthony Edwards, a rainmaker.
Won this half, 2 for the game. Staying active from beyond the arc.
Adams a screen. Lillard looking around. Pass to Green. And here's Siakam for 3. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. And the Nuggets lead by 11. And here's Edwards. To the middle. Intercepted. It's a one-on-one situation. Big finish in transition from Green.
And they're shooting with much more confidence here in the second half. The field goal percentage is now over 50%.
Outside Conley. To the paint. Oh, it's stolen by Adams. Pass to Siakam. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
They've been unable to get guys back up court.
Outside Conley. To the middle. Stolen by Siakam. Green with the ball. He's picked up by Conley. Neesmith. Misses the jumper from the wing. There's a screen by Kuminga. shot to stop the run. Here's Edwards. The rebound by Neesmith.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Here's Drummond. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. Drummond's got 4 points in the quarter.
This is what we call strength from a veteran big man. Andre Drummond, no stranger to taking punishment and scoring through it.
And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Lillard. Siakam for three. On target from range.
3.
And the Nuggets lead by 16.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Nuggets.
Well, Grant, I don't know if there was one deciding factor in this game, but I'd say shooting accuracy if I had to choose.
Agreed, B.A. They really went after quality looks and shot the ball with confidence.
And with this one, they go double digits in the win column.
And with this victory, they have an edge in the season series at 2-1, with one more game to follow against this team.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Pascal Siakam.
Boy, his activity really stood out to me on the defensive end. He harassed ball handlers, came up with steals in transition. You had the feeling guys were looking over their shoulder, worried he was going to pick their pocket.
Stolen by Bane. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Conley with the ball. Edwards for three. Dallas no good that time either. And here's Lillard. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that's